Next property is the complex conjugate property. That is, if x of n dft is x of k, if we are performing complex conjugate for x of n, its corresponding dft is x conjugate of k. This we will see now. Now consider this one, that is, if you are having a sequence x of n, if you are performing conjugate and then performing dft, you will obtain some output, right, which is equivalent to performing x of n then performing dft. After performing dft, if I take conjugate, you will get some output. Both output will be equal. So this can be verified by using this example. Consider x of n as j 0 minus j and its x of k is 1.732 0 and minus 1.732. Then if I need to perform x conjugate of n, I will perform conjugation for this js minus js plus j. Then when I perform dft, what I will get is I am getting 1.732 0 minus 1.730. Since we know that if the input is imaginary, the output will be a real sequence. So here you are not getting any that is complex values. So here we may not able to see the difference, but both the output are same. Next one is the multiplication of the two sequence. We have already seen that circular convolution in time domain is equivalent to multiplication in frequency domain. Now the multiplication in time domain is equivalent to circular convolution in frequency domain. Now just see this, x1 of n, x2 of n, just we are multiplying then performing dft, you will obtain some output. That output is equivalent to performing x1 of n and obtaining its dft. Similarly, if we are performing a dft for x2 of n and we are getting x2 of k, after that I am performing circular convolution. I am going to multiply this by 1 by n. You will get some output, right? Both the output are equal. Now I will show you the examples for this. Now see this example, x1 of n is the 1010 and x2 of n is 1357. Now perform multiplication. When you multiply x1 and x2, you will get this sequence 1050. Then we need to perform dft. When you perform dft, what you are getting is 6 minus 4, 6 minus 4. Now in order to check this property, what you need to do, we need to find out x1 of k, x2 of k. So you find out x1 of k and x2 of k using linear transformation method. Then for that result you have to perform circular convolution. So you know how to perform circular convolution, keeping one sequence as such and shifting other sequence. So I have shifted the sequence, I have keep this sequence as such. So then I need to divide it by 1 by n. Here n is 4. So what I am getting is I am getting 6 minus 4, 6 minus 4, which is same as that of this sequence. So we have verified this property. Next, the last property is Parseval's theorem. So here the Parseval theorem, in Parseval's theorem we can express the energy in finite duration of the sequence in terms of frequency component. Now consider this example, x of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need to find out these frequency component, and also I need to prove that both the time domain and frequency domain are same. So what in time domain, what is the formula? Summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 mod magnitude of x of n the whole square, right? So here n is equal to 7. So when I expand this and I add, what I am getting is I am getting 60. Now what I need to do, I need to prove in frequency domain. So what I need to prove in frequency domain is this expression, right? So for that what I need a DFT of the input sequence. So the first step I am going to find the DFT of the input sequence, and then I am going to perform square operation, and then I'm going to sum all these sequences, and then I'm going to divide by 1 by n. So what I'm doing is first I'm going to perform DFT using a linear transformation method. You're all familiar with these concepts. So when you perform DFT, what you are getting is these answers, right? Already you have done this in tutorial problem. Then what I am going to do is I am going to sum these all these values. So 20 square, that is I am going to perform the magnitudes, right? So when I perform add all these values, what I am getting is I am getting 60. So what I got here, which is similar, which is same as 60. So we have proved that is summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n the whole square is equal to this one in frequency domain. So these are all the properties of the DFT, and using these properties you can solve any problems, and also you have to know these tricks in solving these problems. Thank you.